Hey everybody, so a little bit of a different style video. Just getting into the office and I thought, why not make a video where I kind of walk you through my office and help you to see how did I get all the stuff in the office? What companies did I use? And help you to get started. So this is a little bit of a different style video, and if you like this, comment below and let me know. I have tons of things that I could share with you in my office space, how I got the products that I got, how I got the equipment that I got, what companies did I use, and this is gonna be a super raw, unedited video, so you're just gonna have to hang with me. I'm gonna pull my coat off and then we will get started together on this amazing video. Okay, so again, sideways video. Yeah, I just wanted to show you the products that I use and how I got started. So we're gonna jump right in to the video. And again, not tons of editing, but if you're a nurse practitioner and you want to start your own private practice and you're like, where in the world would I get all this stuff at? Okay, so here we are, let's do it together. Okay, listen, this is future Amanda jumping into my very own video, interrupting myself. And I just want to tell you, if you want to start your very own nurse practitioner owned business and you have no idea where to start, I've created the NP Business Binder module number 1, and that is ready for purchase. And I'm going to link it below so that you can run over, snag it, and then get back to the video knowing that you have the peace of mind of knowing where to start. And I have many more modules coming. So let's get back into this video. All right, we're gonna start. Let's go back to the lobby because I feel like all good things start in the beginning. Well, it doesn't matter if they're good or not. They started in the beginning, right? Okay, so let's come out here and let me show you. So I am gonna put a link to everything I possibly can think of in the description box below this video. Some of them will be affiliate links, some of them will not. But yeah, let's get started. Inside of the office here, you can see in the background, I have 3 of these white tables, and I use one here, I use one in my conference room, and I use one in the hallway next to the scale to have patients set their items on when they are weighed. So that right there came from Amazon. Super inexpensive. I love the sleek style. It's very contemporary. It can be good in any space and match obviously any color scheme. My practice colors are red, black, white, and gray, as you can see. And then these two, this one way in the back is or they're just chairs, okay? So you can get them as like connected together, but these are just individual office chairs. And again, I'll link the company that I used for the chairs. And then the same thing here for these are like love seat things. So I'm thinking to myself that I needed some oversized chairs for my larger patients, obviously, or maybe a mom with children, etc. And then the red chairs that I got back here, I started my practice with those. Those were the only office furniture that I had to begin with. And so therefore I love those little chairs. I can remember the first practice and having those sitting about. I believe we ordered about 10 of those to start. Again, those came off of Amazon. They were very affordable, super easy to put together, and you will love those chairs if you get those as well. And then I have some accent pieces here, which obviously you don't have to have. Those came, I believe, from Hobby Lobby. Then next you'll notice the receptionist desk that we have, and this actually came from Facebook Marketplace. So if you are looking for equipment and furniture and things, I definitely tell you to look on the marketplace on Facebook. Obviously be careful on what you buy. Take somebody with you, be safe, all the things. So that's that. And then we have some wet floor signs that we use. And then of course these are our, because Ohio just doesn't know what it wants to do. If it's going to snow, not snow, ice, not ice. So wet floor signs and then things like that, I'll link those below. Out in the foyer area, we have a water cooler. That has been amazing. I strongly recommend you have something like that as well. And especially if you're doing your own drug screens, that's going to be super important. This here is it's a very interesting product. I really like it. So instead of sticking things to your walls, this is a peel and stick frame, and it is reusable. So just over and over and over, you can peel back. Now, when I peel it back, there's another one back there, but it's just because on the opposite side of the door, I have a different sign. So there's that one. Again, I'll link it below. They're called Foodies frames. They're amazing. I love them. You can get them for textured walls. You can get them for glass, external view, internal view, etc. So those are really awesome. This is an additional type of wall hanging plastic sleeve thing that we're using, which I like that one as well, but I really do like the Foodies. And then for very much inexpensive and fun, we placed this little tiny Little Tykes, Melissa and Doug rather, set in the back. The kids that come in with their parents love, love, love that little center there, the Get Well Center. And that came off of Amazon. And then back in the back, you see we've got the TV that's been mounted. And then we also use Ring cameras. I'll link those below. Those have been a lifesaver. There have been countless times that I have needed to watch something back for whatever reason, and those have been super helpful. Obviously, people have to know you have cameras, you have to be safe and follow the rules, etc. And then, of course, just basic trash cans. Those can come from the hardware store, from Walmart, wherever. And then we put this little sign down here, and basically it just says, don't put drinks in the trash can. That's very annoying to have to clean up. Okay, let's talk about this kind of stuff here. That's free. You can get that for free. And I will, again, link that below for you. And then because we are a faith-based practice, we like to put scripture up. So I love this here. It came from Hobby Lobby. I love that verse. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Our computers as well, I will link those. I love Mac products, Apple products. They're the best in my opinion. Comment Mac below if you agree. And so that is definitely, my computer is, oh my goodness sakes, I work that thing. I work it for sure. Again, miscellaneous office equipment. We've got trays that we put incoming and outgoing faxes to. We've recycled a box down there for the Shred It box. Again, you'll see the MacBook setting there. And then we have printers, fax machines, etc. I'll link the company that I use for those. Wall hangings for folders. Big, huge filing cabinets. I'll link that below. Those are the kinds of things that are going to be super helpful. Now, up on the top, way up there, there's this like Rolodex oversized thing. If you've ever saw this before, I thought I was going to love that and didn't actually end up using it. I know it's kind of weird, but anywho, I think I'm going to repurpose it. So far, I haven't used it, but I will link it below. And it is really, really nice and handy to have. But I am just so mobile, like in and out of every area that I'm in, that I feel like I haven't been able to come up with a good use of that product. So over here, this is the space that the other nurse practitioner works from and the medical assistant. And so back here, you're going to see things like our blood pressure cuffs, our otoscope, the phones that we've purchased, employee mailboxes, and then papers that are frequently used here in the office over and over and over. So local emergency room, order forms, lab order forms, fax cover sheets, just all of those kinds of things is what we use that for. And then recently we decided to take the plunge and we purchased an EKG machine, and this was a very expensive buy. Very expensive, but much, much needed. So this is from a company called McKesson, and it is the Lumion series by Burdick. I'll link it below. I love it. The ease of use. This machine is amazing. This video is not sponsored by them, but it could be. And I love this. It's so easy to use. So if you are not a cardiologist, if you don't have tons of cardiac experience, this machine has the self-interpretation feature. Of course, you still have to make sure that you're interpreting and looking at that. Or if there are irregularities or abnormalities, definitely you're going to tie those two. Is a patient symptomatic or not? And then consider obviously referring out or sending to the ED, etc. The next McKesson product that I have that I absolutely love is this urine analyzer here. This thing is amazing. So long ago are the days of having to chem strip the urine, right? Putting in the strip and then looking at it with your eyes. I started out just with this here, which I'll link this below. These are the urine reagent strips, and you can get these off of Amazon. Dip them in the urine, and then you hold the strip next to this, and you're looking to see, you know, is there nitrites, is there leukocytes, is there, how's the pH, is there blood, etc. And then sending it out for culture and sensitivity if you feel like that it looks like it's positive. With that machine, we dip it, we stick it in the machine, we hit start, and it does the analysis. And then at the end, it literally prints out a little ticket for you and tells you exactly what was present or not present. I believe everybody pretty much here uses Littmann stethoscopes. We have a few of those. So that is that supplies. And then I'm going to pick you up and take you with me, and to show you some more supplies. So you'll see some more of those, crisis line, posters in the back. So that is super, super important to have things like that. These came inside of this office space that I lease. I do not own this building. Inside of the exam rooms, I have basic office seating, so patient and if they bring someone with them. And then I have these amazing tables here. They go up and down. They're super, super nice. I recommend that you have those. I have had that table since I started the practice. So you see they have a cup holder, and they also have this lever here, and you can just push up the lever and you go down with the product. There's a pencil holder here. Like, I really, really like this specific chair. And then also in this room, you will see a regular spinny wheelchair thingamajig. Medical exam chair. And then in the back for procedures, we have the tray there. I'll link it below. Our medical exam beds, and I strongly recommend this, honestly, guys, because those can be super expensive. Now listen, mine are not fancy, right? They're not highfalutin. They don't have all the bells and whistles and gadgets. Guys, I've been in practice for 3 years, and this Medline bed, which was used when I bought it from a physician who was no longer needed it, who was retiring. These beds only cost us $300. Again, Facebook Marketplace, networking with individuals. You're gonna wanna take advantage of the used supplies and equipment if at all possible. This was a super awesome buy. When we first started the practice, we were in a space that did not have sinks in the patient room, so we bought these. Obviously now we still use them. The holder for the gloves, and then all of the gloves, I'll link all of that below as well. So this is the basic setup. When we moved in this space, although we lease it, we had to do some remodeling. So cabinetry and sinks and paper towel dispensers and soap dispensers and all of the things, as well as these flags at the top of the doors that you'll see. Those came from Amazon, and those are super, super handy to have. Don't mind my setup here. I just walked in literally to record this video and sat on my stuff. But you will see that the device to capture the height is sitting right next to the scale. Both of those things came off of Amazon. Very, very inexpensive ways to get your practice started without spending $1 million in the process. All of the patient rooms are set up exactly the same. I do have cabinets like this. So room 1 does not have a cabinet like that. Room 2, 3, and then there is, well, no, I'm sorry, only room 3, and then that one we have sitting there. So this is patient room number 2. So again, you'll see the only difference here is that we have the Dynamap, and then we also have the lab chair. So I bought this lab chair brand new off of Facebook Marketplace. Can you see the trend? For, I want to say it was either $50 or $100. It was a very, very great deal. It had never been used before. There was an auction site that we used, and we bought a lot, literally just a lot of 8 or 10 or 12 used Dynamaps, because the practice that had them before us was upgrading. So that was a super good deal. That was very, very, very exciting. And then inside of the drawers, you'll see we have a different style chair there. Our sharps containers, our trash cans, and then our e-cylinder that we recently had to use for a patient, so we need to get that put away. Inside of the drawers, we have some organizational bins in here, and then supplies, Band-Aids, tongue depressors. This pocket otoscope, this is my personal one. I love this one. It's an ADC brand. I will link it below. It has been with me since the beginning, 3 years, going strong. Actually, this is the same light for 3 years as well inside of here. And then I use McKesson to purchase the Welch Allen otoscope tips. So I use that. All of our syringes and needles and things like that, all of that also comes from Amazon. And then I have the tubes for the blood for the phlebotomist. There's some reagent strips in here for urine dips, and then the gloves and the sanitizer, etc. So that is room 2, and then I'll take you down here so that you can see room 3. Love this space. Love this commercial space that we have now. Gives us a lot more room to be able to navigate. So this is room 3. Again, very similar Dynamap chairs, shelving here, cupboard. Those came off of Amazon. I love those for storage, for supplies, etc., for toys for the kiddos. I buy the toys from the kiddos from Amazon as well. And then there's another company, and so I've got things like bracelets and little crosses for them. I had slime, etc. This is another really cool thing that you can do, which is basically if a person scans that QR code, it takes them straight to our Google site so they can leave a Google review, which is awesome. Up on top, I have some promotional things for the different drug companies that we are using their products. And then this one, obviously, this is a wall cling, which is really cool. The reps that come and chat with you about the medications, they leave amazing things like that. So Spravato is another really big endeavor that I have done recently, and I am loving it. It's doing really well. If you're interested in that, let me know. I can talk more about it. One specific rep brought me some material that I thought was overly helpful. It's a 30-day tracker for depression. They're on tear-off sheets, and then we can give those to the patients, and then they can track for 30 days their moods and different things like that. So yeah, that is room 3. As you can see, very similar. Cleaning lady was in last night, so don't judge us here with this little setup. But yeah, so we have 2 bathrooms. We have a patient bathroom and an employee bathroom. And then in addition to that, we have a few counseling rooms. And inside of the counseling rooms, they kind of decorate and do their thing. This is a very pretty lit up, all of this lights up, and she turns the lights down a little bit. And yeah, it's just a really nice atmosphere, and the room is really cool. We have the coffee table, the furniture, the chairs, the end tables, etc. I'll link all of that below. As you can see, you can start a practice for very, very minimal cost. We have another counseling room here, same concept. The furniture for this room came from Big Lots or Odd Lots. They are out of business now. You'll see another little table here, goes up and down again for charting while you're talking with the patients. Super nice room setup, relaxing. And then inside of this group room, this is where we hold our group counseling sessions. And then in addition to that, we do our lunches in here as well. So very dirty, whiteboard that needs washed, another television, and then our massive, conference table that we got with all the chairs, again, for group counseling, as well as meetings and, lunch, etc. So that's our group room, and that's a pretty awesome space. We have kind of a catch-all room here, tons of equipment, tons of supplies. And then currently in this room back yonder way, we had added in some massage therapy into the practice. So that is what this room was, just a very simplistic room. She sets the atmosphere with lights, heated towels, Just a very, very pretty simple space. We are not going to continue offering that service from this location. So we're in the process of revamping this room, but you can see where you can add in services like that to generate additional revenue and to make your practice more holistic. And then of course we have cork boards and more dry erase boards. And then we've got the refrigerator, and back here in our little kitchen area, we also have an additional, water cooler set up back here, and that is for the staff. And you can see here, that one is really, really neat. We love that one. I actually have that one at home as well. Our centrifuge is literally sitting in the kitchen at the moment. We just haven't moved that. You can see that back in the corner. So again, mop buckets and wet floor signs and all the things. Guys, you can start a practice with a minimal budget. This video honestly is just to give you tips and ideas. I am going to link 1 million things, no, just kidding, tons of things in the description box below. If you wonder where I obtained any piece of equipment, or where I would recommend you obtain any piece of equipment whatsoever for your private practice, something maybe I forgot to show you, which is possible, please comment that below. I would love to be able to tell you to where to get the supplies to get started in your very own nurse practitioner business. Again, this was a different style of video, but if you want to know where to buy all of your equipment for your private practice, then this, my friends, is the video for you. I truly appreciate your support here. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in my very next nurse practitioner owned business video soon. All right, fancy editing ends now. Woo.